Okay, let's look at changes in supply and demand when they happen at the same time, right? So we've looked at changes in supply, we looked at changes in demand, what they do to price and quantity, but what happens when there are two things happening at the same time? So we will go to changes, right? Let's go back to our original examples. It's discovered that eating pizza can lower your cholesterol. Okay, so that's going to be an increase in demand. Then we have new technology is invented that increases production of pizza. Okay, so we're going to have a supply chain increase. Okay, so let's just look at this for a second. We have an increase in demand causes both price and quantity to increase. Right? That's what we've talked about in the past. Then we have an increase in supply, which causes price to decrease and quantity to increase. So when we look at price, demand's causing it to increase, but supply is causing it to decrease. All right, and then quantity, demand is going up for a demand change, and with supply there's a quantity change, so we're fine there. Okay, now let's graph it, which I'm not recommending, and I'll show you why. Okay, so we put in our demand curve. Okay, we label it, we put our arrows in. Okay, and then we shift our supply curve. All right, we bring our stuff in, and we get our new price. So what you have here is you have a price that's the same. So demand went up, caused the price to rise. Supply increased, which caused the price to decrease. Both times, though, quantity was increasing. So if you look at this, we have an increase of quantity of 105, but then we have a price of 3. We went back to equilibrium. Because if you noticed on the graph, what I did was I shifted the demand curve and the supply curve equally, so that they canceled out the change in price. Now, if supply increases more than demand, you'll have a lower price. If demand increases more than supply, you'll have a higher price. So it all depends on which one, and the truth is we can't tell. So this is what I'd like you to do going forward, is I'd like you to make a chart, right? For changes in both, we put price and quantity. There's an increase in demand. Price went up, quantity went up. Then we have a change in supply. Supply goes up, all right? Price goes down, quantity goes up. And as you can see on the chart, we know what happened to quantity. Quantity went up, and we say price is indeterminable, okay? So that this is the way to do it. Just make a chart. You start shifting graphs back to the way we did it before, you're never going to be able to figure it out. All right? So that's the changes in supply and demand when they happen at the same time. All right? So keep that in mind, and we will talk again later.